Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Dale and Andrew Show,
where we give our opinions about movies and TV and streaming movies that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just hanging out at home. Did you do anything fun this week?
Yes, I have watched some stuff. I went and saw Spider-Verse with Laura because she hadn't seen it. And
The new one?
yeah, the new one. I wanted her to see it in the theater because I thought it was a very good movie. And she liked it, and I kind of wanted to see it again anyways. So
Okay. All right. And you liked it again?
I mean, yeah, I liked it again. I honestly really have no gripes with it. So,
did she like it, or did she like it?
She said it was really creative. I think she means for like the multiverse genre sort of thing.
Okay.
In the creative way, but now I can't believe we're even saying that about multiverse. It's like a genre now, but I guess it kind of is.
Yeah, sadly, to be honest, I don't know. I don't think that's going to have a long tenure. We'll see.
Yeah. And I did watch another movie. So Laura wanted to watch a romantic comedy. And we started with Shotgun Wedding, which I think at one point we were going.
We thought about it. It was tossed around.
Yeah. And I turned that off in like 15 minutes. It got to like some scene where he was working on like some wedding stuff, and Jennifer Lopez was like wanting to like get down. And she's like literally sticking her butt in the air and stuff. He's like, no, I gotta work. And then, she goes down to undies. And I don't even know what happened after that. I was like, this ain't funny, and turned to this.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds hilarious.
Yeah. So I went to a different one, and I finally buckled and did Bros.
No. Okay. And?
Yeah, I'm pretty mid on it.
Really? Okay.
It really wasn't made for me. I mean, I didn't really enjoy it that much. Laura liked it more than me. I thought.
Did you think it was funny?
No, almost all the jokes go over my head. I just don't know anything about that community.
Okay.
Really?
You didn't think it was funny? There's nothing you laughed at.
Like, putting Lincoln back in the closet, I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I watched the whole movie, but I probably would have turned this off. There's too many, like, orgy scenes. I don't know if that's normal. I'm so honestly kind of lost on it. I feel like I have more questions after this movie.
I guess yeah, you can figure out the answers after the podcast. Okay, that's funny.
Guess. But yeah, Laura liked it more. I did think the main characters did have like a somewhat chemistry, and that was probably the better part of the movie. But a lot of it just went right over my head. So
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I like that movie. That's a pretty good movie.
Probably what would have happened if we were going to review, what was the movie this week, where a lot of these jokes are probably going to go over my head. What's the movie? Joyride. Joyride, yeah. I'm assuming it's a similar thing.
Well, it's how I saw Joyride, and I watched it and I go, it's not really for me. I don't think yeah, a lot of the jokes didn't work for me. I'm not Chinese or just Asian in general. There was jokes in it that I was like, I don't know if this is like, I laughed a couple times, but it wasn't like for me. So I was like, I liked the movie, and I felt like if I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for me, I definitely think that you would
Yeah,
have.
I'm usually even lower on the scale. But
Yeah, and it was a lot of like, I feel like they're going for now culture, and I don't think we're not always hip to new stuff, you know.
definitely not.
The joke, well, like there's jokes that some people also find funny. Like crude humor is funny to me if it's done right, and I think sometimes it's just like in your face, and I don't think it's funny. And I don't think it's funny if it's a man or a woman or anybody, what
Yeah.
race you are. It doesn't matter to me. If it's funny for me. And other people I know saw it and thought it was hilarious. There's jokes that people thought were hilarious that I didn't think was funny. So, you know, it's obviously comedy is subjective, but I'm happy the comedies are being made, and people are going for it full out, and it's not just like, you know, the same dudes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're having like Bros, and that No Hard Feelings movie I thought was actually pretty good. And then this Joyride's being made, and there's other comedies that they're trying different weird stuff. That one with the dogs.
Yeah,
You know,
I know it looks really dumb.
I think it looks dumb, but talk to other people and they think it looks hilarious. So, you know, who knows? Maybe it's good, maybe it's horrible. But I'm just glad that their comedies people are just making them and they're going in the theaters. You need those middle budgeted movies. You can't just have like teeny tiny movies and then enormous movies. There's got to be some in between there. Comedy, mystery, horror, action. Some action movies. There's some smaller time action movies like Extraction is like $70 million movie budget. So yeah. So I saw Joyride. That was okay. What would you give Bros, by the way?
Like a 6.
Okay. Yeah, I would give Joyride about a 6.5 maybe. I've seen it before, but I watched Legally Blonde again.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's really good.
It's been a long time, but yeah, I've seen it.
It's really funny and like smart. It's not just like one note either. It's basically just being nice to people is what the movie is about, you know. So I like that. That's a good fun movie. I'm thinking about watching the second one, but I know the second one is definitely nowhere near as good as the first one. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch that. I don't think I've ever seen it. I've only seen the first one, I think. So, but I like Legally Blonde. I'm going to give that like a 7.5, 8, something like that. Did you watch anything else?
No, other than that, just been watching Big Bang Theory, and I'm finally on the last season.
That's a lot of seasons.
Finally be done with it. The last few seasons, you know, they're still, they make me smile, but I'm not like belting out laughing like I was previously to the episodes. It becomes a lot more like relationship stuff, and people are getting married and stuff. Pretty normal sitcom kind of stuff. What happens at the end. It's not bad, and I'm gonna finish it. It's just not as good as the previous seasons. That's all.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you like that show. I don't know, just doesn't work.
Once I get past it, then I can watch some TV shows that I've been wanting to watch. I've been wanting to watch Ted season 3, Ted Lasso. I'll finally watch. We're actually going to review this. We're going to watch. What's the Marvel one? Secret Invasion.
I don't know if 100% we're gonna review Secret Invasion. Maybe we'll fit it in somewhere, or do something separate for it.
Okay, I'm probably still gonna watch it regardless whether we review it or not.
I'm not. I would definitely assume that we were gonna watch it at some on our own time.
Yeah.
Speaking of Secret Invasion, at there's a theater in California Adventure where it used to be Frozen. They were doing it there. They have recently replaced it with a new show that's going to have a limited run. Somebody was recording it just from their seat, but it was in 4K and everything. And it was Rogers the Musical. It's 40 minutes long, and I watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. That song that he sings, it's the one that, the main song in the movie or the show is that song that's in Hawkeye, right? That we saw but
this isn't a production thing.
Yeah, this isn't a filmed thing, right? This is a live show. So that guy singing that note and stuff is pretty impressive live, and he does it a lot. That song's pretty good. I thought that show was pretty good, actually. And they have it's basically the whole first movie. And then they just rapid fire go through the Avengers movies and stuff with that song. And then he's getting tired or whatever. So they have two people playing. They have the one that's small, Steve, and then when he's huge. So they have two different actors. He gets in the big machine or whatever, and then the one guy goes in and the other guy comes out or whatever. And then they have a song where the two guys are talking to each other, singing with each other, and they're he's the old Steve where he's smaller, and then where he's with the shield and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty good, and they actually kind of fleshed out more the later, their encounter, Peggy and his encounter when they are together or whatever. It was nice. It was pretty good. I would definitely go and see it if I was there. But it was pretty good.
So you just watched it on somebody's
It was just on YouTube. Recorded. Somebody filmed it. It was with the 4K camera and everything, and they were kind of up more, farther away, so it wasn't they weren't looking up or anything. It was actually a pretty good view.
Okay.
And it was in 4K, so it sounded clear. It didn't sound crackly or anything. It sounded pretty good. So, I guess if you're in Disneyland, go check that show out. I would watch it. I would watch a full thing for sure. So I just saw that they're just started doing press about it, even though the show has started in June or something. I think they did some preview shows of it, and I think it's fully on a production that they're doing all the time now. But yeah. Let's see. You want to do trailers first, or you want to get into some news? You know what? Let's do trailers. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I ask you and then I just say whatever. So let's do the trailer. You see the trailer for the Bob Marley movie?
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Yeah, I think
This
it looks
isn't
pretty.
like it's not my particular slice of pie, but
Yeah.
it looks good for what it's trying to be, I think.
Is any slice of pie your particular slice of pie?
It's just a saying.
Okay.
But
Is it?
technically I don't like pie at all.
Is that a
Slice of
saying?
pizza,
Slice of
what?
pie?
Well,
I don't think that's a saying like at all. Slice of
it's a saying that I made up, I guess.
my particular slice of something.
I don't know. What did you think of the movie?
The trailer,
trailer.
I agree. I'm not a big Bob Marley fan. Like I know his music. I know the music, of course. But I'm not listening to reggae all the time. But I don't know anything about his story. I know he's passed away and everything. He died and stuff, but I don't know his story. I think it'll probably be an interesting story, but yeah, I would be lying if I said I was like, cannot wait or something. It definitely seems like an Oscar-y, going for one of the Oscar movies. The guy who's playing Bob Marley is the villain in Secret Invasion. So it's kind of funny to see him.
Yet, so
yeah, well, he's a bad guy on, bad guy on Secret Invasion. So it's kind of funny to see him be like, oh, he's the villain. He's in the trailers as the villain. Like, but it's funny seeing him like, love man, and then
okay.
it just looks like he's just him with a wig on, so. But I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of music biopics, and I'm sure there's more to come. So.
Yeah, I usually don't watch them, so unless we review, I don't remember if they had a date for it. When did the ones that come out? You remember?
January, so we might talk about it.
Oh, yeah, we might actually see that. I'm sure it'll be pretty dead.
Yeah, we'll probably have some movies, Christmas movie leftovers, maybe to talk about. Not like Christmas movies, but like movies that come out at Christmas. So we'll see. Because that's usually the time where a bunch of like Oscar movies are out. So we might shuffle around. We'll see. Because there'll be more. I'm sure plenty of movies to talk about when TV shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Okay, so the next trailer I want to talk about, because I got a completely different feel about what this movie is from this trailer than I did from this first one, which is Killers of the Flower Moon. It was like, what happened here? It's like, it feels like this is a different movie from this trailer.
I want to watch now.
Yeah, it looks like one of Scorsese's like gangster movies, but it's like Western instead. I guess like Gangs in New York or something, which is so. This definitely got me more interested, but I went back and watched the first trailer, and it's very much a lot of the same scenes. It's not a lot of new stuff in this trailer, like shots and stuff, but it just cutting and editing does wonders, doesn't it?
Makes
with
music, a difference,
yeah. I'm definitely more interested. I got more of a feel of what this movie like the story is. Obviously, the first one's like a teaser, and it's more of a small sample. So this feels like I know what the movie's about more now. So I think if there's any more trailers, I'm good on this one. I think I'm good for just watching the movie.
I was honestly kind of surprised we wanted to watch this one because I was kind of good from the first one, but this definitely felt a lot better.
Yeah, I think that like a teaser trailer, isn't the best just going on it unless you know what the movie's going to, like if it's a whatever, like it's a musical that they're making into a movie or something, like obviously we know somewhat what it's going to be, but this is wholly original. I think maybe not, might be based on a book actually, but I don't know the book. So yeah, coming out in October, so I'm sure we'll talk about it when it comes out. I think they're going to put it in theaters before they can put it on, what's it called, Apple.
So, yeah, it said it had a brief time, and it's not going to be very long.
Like a week or something, probably.
Yeah.
All right, so cool. I like Leonardo DiCaprio, so we'll see. It'll probably be good. I'm sure it'll be in the talk of Oscars because that's what happens when Martin Scorsese makes a movie, especially one with Leo in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in a couple weeks, we got Barbie coming out. So I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed or not, but like Hollywood Reporter and I saw some other people talking about it. So I'm assuming it's happening, but I still haven't gotten like 100% confirmation this is happening. But Greta Gerwig, who directed Barbie, is in talks or is going to make not one, but two Narnia movies. Reboot Narnia. Chronicles of Narnia. Don't know which movies. Don't know which two. Could be the.
She done? The director.
She's directed. It was Little Women, the one a couple years ago, and Lady Bird. I'm pretty sure that's everything.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed the Narnia movies. Not all of them. Really, just the first one. I like the world of Narnia, so I'm not against them remaking them. I don't really know too much about this director. I guess after I see Barbie, I'll be like on board or not on board, I guess. I think they should be remade anyways, regardless of who does it. So,
yeah. Well, she was so. First of all, Greta Gerwig. Both of the movies she's directed, I've liked both of them. I would highly recommend either one. They're both good movies. Lady Bird is good. Little Women's been remade several times, and I think hers makes it more linear, and because apparently the book like jumps all over the place, and is just. I thought that was a really good movie. That was definitely, I think, like one of my top 5 movies of that year, which was like 2018, 19, something like that. Actually, both of those movies I probably in my top 5 of their respective years. I would definitely say go back and check those out if you haven't. And she was a writer and actress before that as well. So like she wrote movies that she was in as well. So yeah. She's
would that mean Narnia would be R-rated?
The other 2 movies aren't R, I don't think. Lady Bird and Little Women.
Isn't Barbie R?
No, it's PG-13.
Oh, okay, fine.
I'm sure they'll, kind of skirt it a little bit.
I mean, this Barbie movie looks a little more adult, right? So
yeah. I think it'll, like I said, it'll get
Narnia
close.
Will probably be more adult. Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Well, I think it just obviously it depends on which one she makes, right? If she's gonna make, the first one. Well, the first one's The Magician's Nephew or whatever, but the what's it called? The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. Maybe not be super adult. I don't know. But yeah, if she makes like the Silver Chair or the Dawn Treader or whatever, that might be, they could probably make it more adult. I think she's very obviously good with female characters. All her movies have been female centric. So she could do something good with like the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe with the little girl and the White Witch and stuff. I could see her doing that very well, but who knows? Which I think I like the choice, but I like her making anything. I have not disliked anything she's made so far. So we'll see. I would be curious to see, like, first of all, which one she's making, and then who she casts. So we'll see. I really like the first one that they made, that Disney made, obviously. And this is also for Netflix, so that could be really good to horrible. So who knows?
Yeah.
I find it interesting.
Netflix makes good movies, I think. Most of the time. I'm not saying they're like the greatest movies of all time. I'm saying whatever they set out to do, they usually accomplish that. So if it's an action movie,
yeah, I guess
making a pretty entertaining action movie. If they're making a drama, they're making a pretty good drama.
Yeah, I would just hope they wouldn't half-ass this if they're going to make it. I think getting a good director is important.
I mean, they definitely put a lot of money behind. Like, there was that Asteroid one that they put a lot of money behind. That had, like, lots of big names. Literally,
Adam McKay's movie. Yeah, Don't Look Up.
Yeah. I could see them doing something like that for this.
I think the only thing they prayed a lot for in that movie was the stars. I don't think it was, like, big budget otherwise.
Yeah, but when if they're doing Narnia is a big name plus a big director, and it depends on if they get a name. I would assume there would be a name for the Queen, at least.
Yeah, I guess we're also just supposing that they're gonna just do that one, but who knows?
That's true.
I think they did what, 3 of them, 4 of them.
Something 3, like that. I think 3.
Yeah, they did the second, third, and fourth book. The first one is different. So there's options. So who knows? Who knows what the 2 movies will be? I think, yeah, if they do it right, then it could be good. I haven't seen Barbie yet. Obviously, we'll see how that is. I hope it's a good movie. The marketing team is doing very well on Barbie. I think definitely pushing it.
Only thing is, it comes out the same day as Oppenheimer.
I know, and I'll be
cheesing their pants for some reason for Oppenheimer.
Not me. I'll be definitely.
Cameras are so crazy and super long movie. Yada yada yada. People are saying
at least 3 hours.
Filmmaking. I've seen lots of YouTube videos saying that. I have not watched them, but
it's definitely not going to change my direction into the theater because I'll definitely be walking into Barbie first. So. I don't know. We'll see.
Not for you, but I think it will hurt Barbie by coming out on the same day.
I think people, well, they're not quite the same people watching both, but I think that people have
the premium theaters was literally recorded for the premium theaters.
Yeah, I don't know if Barbie is necessarily needed to be in the premium theaters, but
true. That's true.
I don't know. We'll see.
That helps.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I think there was some early reactions to Oppenheimer, and they're saying it's less, like Inception, stuff like that, and more like his, smaller scale movies like Prestige or something like that, back to those kind of movies, and less like, Inception, Interstellar, Batman.
That's not what I wanted to hear, because I like those. Those are the ones I like. I mean, I also do like The Prestige. I actually like a lot of his movies. So
I think I really like The Prestige is my favorite one, like for sure. That one is such a good movie, I think. Yeah, I don't know. He's like, there's no CGI in this movie. It's all practical or whatever. And I was like, okay, I don't know how you set off a nuclear bomb, I guess. But
they did a little bomb, and
a little nuclear bomb, a tiny one. Yeah,
like a little one, but they made a little town.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. That little fake town is very radioactive.
Yeah,
a miniature atom bomb.
they made a little town and then just set off like a grenade and then recorded it.
Oh, gotcha. Good point. Doing the Star Wars method with models. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, there's like they're like, there's gonna be prolonged nudity in this movie or whatever in Oppenheimer. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to see whatever his name, Cillian Murphy's wee wee. I'm not interested. So whatever. Anyway, let's see. Good luck to both movies.
Yeah,
I know which one I'll be watching first.
To stay awake, since it's such a long movie.
Yeah, I hope I'm gonna make sure I am well rested before I see Oppenheimer.
Yeah, take some energy drinks before you go.
Just be amped while you're watching this movie. All right, so yeah, well, we're talking about this movie and those movies, and honestly the first half of the summer was pretty decent on movies. The second half of the summer, I can't say the same. Pretty weak second half here. August is pretty much a wasteland. I am actually curious about a lot of the movies, but I think there is more likely that it's not going to be a lot of great movies. You got like The Meg 2 and Haunted Mansion, Gran Turismo, Blue Beetle. I think it's more likely most of those movies are bad than most of those movies are good.
Yeah.
And because Mission Impossible comes out next week, and then the Barbie Oppenheimer weekend, and then it's just like weekend after weekend of okay, I guess,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, so
there's no bang at the end of the summer, is what you're saying.
That's for sure. Well, they lately in August they've been putting something out, or late in the summer, but this year's, I don't, who knows? Maybe there's something there that I really like. Who knows? Maybe freaking Haunted Mansion blows my socks off or something, but we'll see.
Damn it.
Yeah, I was looking at these things and I was like, I wrote down, I was like, second half of the summer movies are definitely weak in comparison to the front half. I think March might have had the best movies of the year so far, in comparison for me. John Wick and Dungeons and Dragons and Creed, I liked those more than whatever we had so far. Summer has been kind of weak. There was some bright spots, but we'll see.
Yeah, Mission Impossible might be. I think it'll be pretty up there. I'm
Yeah,
anticipating like a 9 or an 8.
Mission
That'd be
Impossible has really good reviews.
yeah. I mean they really know how to like set stakes and stuff in those movies, and I quite enjoy them, and that feels pretty realistic and whatnot. So I think like it's like John Wick, but doesn't have the faults of bulletproof suits and stuff. It's not so fantasy. It's supposed to be more set in real life.
So Mission Impossible right now, and this is now certified. It's not like very much in flux now. It's certified on the tomato meter 99%.
Wow.
Yeah, has 158 reviews.
Yeah.
We'll see what the actual audience looks like.
I'm excited for it.
I'm definitely
probably my most anticipated of the summer. So
yeah, I think Spider-Man maybe. Guardians. I think that was my most anticipated for sure.
I wasn't wanting it, but I'd much rather for Mission Impossible for me, anyways.
I'm definitely ready for theater camp.
What's that? No, I know what that is.
That comes out this week, so I will definitely be checking that movie out.
Yeah, why didn't that come out freaking in August and we could have reviewed it?
I fully agree. Maybe we can wait a few weeks and we can talk about it. I think we have some free space open. Maybe we can sneak that in there. Because I will definitely be there for that. That comes out at the end of the week. Yeah, Mission Impossible is coming out on Wednesday. It's not even coming out on Friday, so they're gonna have the early, the day before Tuesday screenings for that movie. So you can see it as soon as a couple.
Or something?
No,
they just want the theaters longer before
probably
Oppenheimer, I guess.
Well, we'll see if Mission Impossible blows the doors off. They'll probably get some more of the premium screens. They might do the half and half. During the day there's one movie, and then at night there's Oppenheimer. Probably just depends on how well Mission Impossible does. I'm hoping for a big opening. I like Mission Impossible. I think he has goodwill from Top Gun, so we'll see.
And the last movie was good and got a good reception.
Yeah, the last movie was good. I haven't watched the whole thing because we fell asleep. But I was tired. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. You probably should watch that because they are most likely connected. So.
I would certainly assume so. I've seen all the other ones. I think I'll do a little. What's it called?
I'll watch it with you if you want to.
Let's do it.
Rewatch the whole thing.
I'm fine with that. I think I'll do the other movies. I'll need a fresh, refresher on those as well. I think will help because we're bringing back characters from the first movie and stuff in this one. So
yeah.
Talking about people returning, this Deadpool movie seems like to be the cameo city for non-MCU people. Now Elektra, Jennifer Garner Elektra is returning. It's not even like a rumor. Apparently it's confirmed pretty much. Jennifer Garner returning as Elektra, so I'm assuming we're going to get Ben Affleck Daredevil. That would be weird if she was there and he wasn't there.
So it's going to be a weird movie.
So those two, and also this one is a rumor, but the big rumor is that Gambit will finally get his due, played by Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's probably going to be like a goodbye to the Fox superhero movies with the Daredevil and Elektra and Fantastic Four and the X-Men. Like pretty much everybody coming back for something. I don't know if they're going to be a full part of it. I don't know what they're going to do with this. This sounds just like a random.
This movie sounds crazy.
Yeah. So we'll see. The only one that's not coming back is Domino for some reason. Zazie Beetz is not going to be in it, as far as I've heard. So, which is weird.
That's why I like she was a fan favorite.
Oh yeah, she's one of the best parts of that second movie for sure. But
yeah,
I'm definitely. I don't think they got a proper send off. Truly, other than Logan and Professor X are the only ones that Wolverine got a proper send off in Logan.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree. They never got any kind of good send off.
Dark Phoenix was crap. So yeah,
I didn't even see it.
It's the last stand again, and somehow not worse. Somehow bad in its own way. Like I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how you could not do that movie better, that whole thing, but I don't know. X-Men 2 is still one of my favorite just superhero movies. I think that's just a good movie.
They should have that lady who Wolverine fights in that movie, who's also that's basically his powers. I liked that lady from that movie, even though she never said anything.
She's supposed to be the clone. That's the X-23 or whatever, like the one in Logan. But obviously they did it badly. Well, it's not bad, but like they kind of twisted it and just made it a bad person. But that fight scene is awesome. It's a great movie. Brian Cox is Stryker in that, and he's good in that. He was in Succession recently. He's just a good villain, I think. Bourne movies and everything.
Yep.
Good stuff. I'm cool with a good send off for them. All right. Well, that's all my news and trailers this week. Anything else you wanted to talk about before we move on to our action movie here?
Yeah, let's jump into it.
All right. So this week we are talking about Extraction 2. And our resident action guy, Andrew, I'll let you take it away first and you tell me your thoughts.
This is a pretty solid movie for, a streaming movie at that. I kind of wish I had seen this in a theater. I don't think it got any theaters. I would be surprised if it did. It answers that question of, what would happen if I threw this box of nails into someone's head, or the rope on someone's weightlifting machine broke. What would happen? Those questions have been answered.
If you got shot in the neck, how would you live?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did he get shot in the neck in the first one? Is that what you're referring to?
It's literally the beginning of this movie is him getting shot. They're showing the end of the last one where he gets shot in the neck and he lives.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought this movie was fine. The action was good. Everything else was kind of there.
Oh yeah, the plot is super. I even skipped a little bit of the plot. I skipped a little bit of the movie because I was watching it by myself, so I just didn't.
Yeah, I watched it with Dad, and Dad was more interested in making ramen than he was like, oh, the action scene's over? Okay, I'm going to make my ramen. You know what I mean? And it was like, didn't really care. I didn't really care about any of these extra people. He did his Traction, and then there's some cameos. I think he did fine. He's a decent actor, Hemsworth. I don't even know I forgot what his name is, to be honest.
Chris?
No, the character's name. He's just Thor or Chris Hemsworth or
whatever. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
His name is Tyler Rake.
Yeah, Tyler. I literally saw the movie yesterday, and I could.
Yeah, it's like. I saw it yesterday as well.
It's like Equalizer. I don't know what Equalizer guy's name is in the movie. I mean, he's Denzel Washington. So
yeah, well, they call him the Equalizer. Like that's what you remember.
That's true.
The movie isn't called Tyler Rake. It's called Extraction. So but yeah, he doesn't have like a nickname in the movie or something that you remember. He's just dude.
I would compare this to your Liam Neeson yearly release movie.
Yeah, I think. But some of those Liam Neeson movies are compelling. Like the stories are still compelling as well. It's not just action. I would say the one.
If you say so.
The one where he's on the plane, I think that's a compelling storyline.
I couldn't even tell you what the storyline is. Someone's in trouble, and he's got to do whatever the bad guy says.
They're on the plane, and he has to figure out who has the bomb on the plane, and figure out who the bad guy is, and all that stuff. I thought that was a good movie. I think there's some good movies with Liam Neeson. I'm not saying
that's a bad movie. I'm just saying the plot is pretty comparable to this one.
Well, I think that this movie, it's the same movie. It's the first movie again. Like it's just they do the extraction. They're getting away from the bad guy.
Yeah, well, the first one, they definitely never expected to make a second one. I mean, they basically killed him off in the first one.
Somebody at Netflix watched the movie and went, "You killed him? What are you doing? You better do some reshoots right now. Go put a tag at the end of the movie. He's not dead."
Yeah. And this one they're trying to set up a franchise sort of thing with what's his head.
That's the spoiler. I was gonna wait for that, but I don't. He's not.
True.
Yeah,
my bad. He is in the trailers and stuff.
He is.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
okay. I mean, he's at the beginning of this movie, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm at a 6, and then
really,
we can fully talk. The action's great, but that's only half of the movie. I still had to sit. I mean, sit through the other parts of it.
I would say the action is probably not half of it. I'd say it's like 70% of this movie, but.
Okay, well, it was okay. Well, if you're at a 70%, that's a 7, and then you minus a point because I was bored. So the action was good, but then I was bored, and that makes it worse.
Yeah, I don't
take
think
a point
the
off then.
Anything to write home about. I think the action is good enough to warrant a 7. I mean, anyone who's signing up for this movie is signing up for action, not for plot. It's just a popcorn film. It's a Liam Neeson movie. I'd say this was better than that Gerard Butler movie we saw the other day. This was better than the plain Gerard Butler movie. Just because the action is so filmed great. It's not shaky cam. You see everything. It's definitely a little beyond disbelief. Like he has to fight like 7 people at the same time for some reason, but it's really creative. The action, what they do, I was entertaining to watch him like throw this dude's head into a treadmill and it smashes through the little side rail thing that they have set up. I thought all the set pieces were pretty fun, and it's a lot more kind of military sort of action. than what the usual like spy stuff or something that most action things are. Um, I don't think I could ever go to an 8 on this movie because the plot is pretty bad. But I think it sets out for what it was trying to do. And it's a streaming movie, for Christ's sake.
That doesn't. You can have a good streaming movie. There's plenty of good streaming movies.
Okay, what? What's a streaming movie that's got the 9 on your scale?
I liked Spirited. That was a streaming movie. I might get that a 9, but that's a musical, so I'm biased.
Yeah.
I like that movie a lot, though. That's probably like a Christmas movie I will come back to.
Yeah, I will agree that was good. I may have even given it a 9. I don't know, maybe an 8. I can't remember what I gave it.
I really, really enjoyed that movie. Streaming movies that I really liked. Yeah, I guess I would have to think about it more.
I would say it's a little different on the scale. I think you may have even gone up to a 7 if you had saw it in the theater. Who knows?
This is another musical, but Tick Tick Boom. It's a Netflix movie as well. But okay, I love that. That was my favorite movie of the year.
Biased to be a musical, so that's all.
That was my favorite movie of the year. That year, and I would give that like a 9 or a 10. Coda, that was their Apple movie that won Best Picture. I'd give that like a 9, maybe an 8, 9. That's a pretty good movie. Yeah, there's streaming movies that I really enjoyed that I would give a good score to. So I think you're being a little unfair, just going, oh well, it's a streaming movie.
I mean, it was a low budget movie. I mean, it has a lot going against it, and it's still, up there higher than other action movies, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't care about any of the characters really. I don't think he's gonna die if he gets shot in the neck and lived. I don't think he's gonna die, so I'm not worried about that. So, and I don't care about the lady that he likes, I guess, and her brother. The kids were fine. I think Dad was actively rooting against the boy in this movie. We both thought he was annoying.
I mean, that's what he was for, was to annoy you. So
yeah,
he was there to push the plot.
Yeah, but he's also a kid, so you're not wanting to be like, against him still. I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I thought the villain was pretty paint by numbers.
Yes, I agree with you. Everything. It's a generic action film, but I think the action, which was like 70 to 80% of this film, was great. Like, I wasn't bored ever during the action scenes.
Yeah.
But like I said, I did skip, literally the reunion between the wife and Chris Hemsworth is the part I skipped. And
that's like the best character moments in the movie.
I mean, she wasn't even in the first one. I don't even know why she was dead. It's whatever.
Well, they talked.
They kind of closed all of the first movie off now.
I don't know if you can give this a better rating if you skipped part of it. I just don't. If you're skipping part of it, you didn't like it that much. You're just, once again, like I said, I'm biased to musicals. You're biased to action movies. I think you like action movies more. You'd rather sit through an action movie than a drama. I totally understand. I think I'm also lenient on comedies. So, whatever.
I just think if you're looking for an action movie, you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah. I think maybe 6.5 maybe is probably the best I would go. I don't think I would go to a 7.
I'm not trying to change your score. I'm just trying to justify mine because I do think this plot is, booty cheeks. It really is.
No, I think it's a good movie. It is like 2 hours long, maybe a little less than 2 hours long because like the credits are like 12 minutes long, but it's probably like an hour 45, I think. But I was definitely checking my phone from time to time. Kind of, I think if I was in a theater, I would have to watch it. I wouldn't be taking my phone out or anything. So yeah, it might have been better
Yeah,
to see
that's
it
what
in the
I'm
theater.
saying. Like the streaming scale should be a little skewed to like, Mission Impossible, that has an enormous budget, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, it wasn't $100 million movie. It was like a $70 million movie, but I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm sure the first one was made for even less, but this is the
Probably.
second outing. But
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're maybe trying to world build a little bit too, trying to do that a little bit too much. I don't know. I think they set out to do something in the first movie, and then this one they're trying to change gears a little, and I don't know if it's 100% working. We could talk about spoilers here real fast. So yes, Idris Elba shows up at the end saying like, "Hey, we got the boss wants to see you or whatever. My boss, he's so cool, whatever."
yeah, I mean, I saw this at the beginning, and I already knew where it was going. This was no surprise. Like there was
Yeah,
like no
yeah,
reason
yeah.
to have Idris Elba in the movie. The scene at the end didn't
Oh, it's
happen.
Heimdall. That's why.
That's true. Yeah,
Heimdall came to get
The
Thor.
team up.
That's what happened.
the team up that we never got for some reason. But yeah,
I think they've worked together before, but not like, yeah. I mean, I know what you mean. Who do you think the boss is going to be? Is it Loki?
that'd be cool, man. I would actually accept that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
It'd
I think
have to
they're
be
buddy.
an action guy though, because he has to have someone to fight.
Maybe they'll fold it into John Wick, and they're going to go see Keanu Reeves or something.
I doubt that, but it would
Maybe
be
it's
cool.
Liam Neeson, so you can actually say it's a Liam Neeson movie.
No, because Liam Neeson ain't doing any of that action. Can't do wide shots with Liam Neeson unless you're having a stunt dude that looks like 50 years younger.
Maybe it's Jackie Chan or something. Like, see someone completely out of left field, somebody else.
I think
It'd have to be someone
For-
older, right?
I mean, it could be someone older. I think it would be cool if it was like Batista. I would think it'd be cool. He'd make a good villain and he could do the action. Someone on the younger side, but it's still a name.
I don't think would be a bad guy. Wouldn't he be a good guy? Because he's like, that's just my boss or whatever.
Yeah, you have a point. Yeah. And we don't know if he's going to side with him or anything. We don't know what the movie's going to be.
Yeah, who knows? I guess I will say I would probably watch another one, but I would have to. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like I was kind of mid on the first one, so this one is slightly better, but not much better. I don't know.
I mean, if it's still a streaming movie, I think this is a great streaming movie. I think this was better than that Rock one. The Rock.
There you go. The Rock.
Gadot.
That could be his boss. And they could.
Yeah.
There you go. Red Notice. That's a Netflix movie.
Yeah,
Put
I'm
those
saying
together.
this was better than Red Notice for me.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. It's
I'm just comparing it to, if you compare it to other streaming movies, I think
like an
it's a seven.
action
If you're
comedy.
comparing it to, Mission Impossible, other great action movies that go on the big screen, it's definitely lower.
Well, like even the first John Wick was like a almost straight to DVD movie, and the first John Wick's definitely better than this.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a cult classic.
Yeah.
But it was better because the plot's a little better, but the plot in the first John Wick is also pretty generic. But, dogs raise more feelings. If it's a dog or a baby, it's like plus 1 point automatically.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. So yeah, the kids were with that one kid. The little girl was cute, but the boy was kind of annoying. The villain was like, "You killed my brother. I hate you." That scene where he like jabs that guy in the neck, that was pretty crazy. I was like, "Whoa!"
You didn't
But
like the where he rips his hand in half?
shut up! Don't even have to bring that up. Ugh.
The action was so creative in this movie. I
Yeah,
really
it's
like,
creative, but you know,
and he's like taking pins off of people and then throwing them, and then they explode, and like you see their leg flying out and stuff.
yeah,
I
no, the
like that kind of
action's
stuff.
good. The action's good. There's no question that the action is good in this movie. It's just
Yeah.
the other people are not good, interesting.
Oh yeah. I think
The girl,
I'm more interested where they went with it for the next one. I
The
think
lady
they've got
that
all of
he-
his past behind him now.
the lady that he works with is fine. I literally thought the brother was gonna die. I called that, and he did.
Oh. I was surprised he lived as long as he did in that movie.
Yeah. I was like, like I didn't feel bad. I was like, are
I
these
thought
people
it
in
was
the?
dumb how they did it. Like he had to like for some reason get killed by the main villain for some reason.
Well, because I want revenge, right?
He
But I
like
was like,
knocked him out. Yeah, that was dumb.
I was like, but also watching the movie, I'm like, were they in the first one? Was that person in the first one? Was she in the first? Like, I was
She
literally
was in the first one.
I know she was. I know they were. But it
might
took
have
me a
been.
second to remember if they were in it. And then, like, when the wife shows up at the end, or near the end, I was like, is she in the first one? Maybe I don't remember her. Like,
She was not, I don't think.
she's not.
I wanna say.
And it's the lady, she was in Quantum of Solace. She's the Bond girl in Quantum of Solace. I was like, and
Talk about a movie I don't remember.
have you seen that one?
Which one is that?
It's the second Daniel Craig Bond movie.
I want to
after-
say I think that's the one with the desert, right?
Yeah, they're in the desert.
Yeah, that's the one I don't like. I didn't like that desert thing at all.
Well, they're actually in the desert a couple times. They're also in the desert for a time in Skyfall as well.
Yeah. Anything in the desert for whatever reason does not work with me in that movie.
Unless it's John Wick or something.
They're in the desert for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, well. Actually, the Quantum of Solace isn't that bad. I watched it not too long, like during 2020, because I watched all the James Bond movies, and it wasn't bad. And she was like, I had nobody I could call. And I was like, what? You could have called James Bond. Daniel Craig could have shown up and helped you.
He was busy.
Yeah, probably. There you go. His boss can be Daniel Craig. He's in the Netflix stable with that other movie, Knives Out. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care if that guy died or whatever. It was just fine.
Yeah, there are no stakes in the movie. You never think he's gonna lose or anything.
Yeah. Which is fine. I'm okay if it's I know he's not going to lose, but I want some good story.
I think the next one they set it up for some potential.
Yeah.
If they do get greenlit for another one.
Oh, I'm sure they will. This was like one of the most watched ones ever on Netflix, but I feel like everything out that comes out is the most watched, whatever. But it was reviewed.
Yeah. It was doing
reviewed.
similar numbers to those other things that
I
are
will
high
say
on
I
Netflix's.
can't just fully crap. I was like that where it's supposed to be one shot where they go to the prison and they get out of the prison and then they're the car chase and everything. And that's all supposed to be like one shot. I really like that. That was good. But that also happens in the first like 45 minutes of the movie. And then you got like the rest of the movie was fine.
They have like that whole fight, and then they have like the second fight that's in like a building, and that's where he's using the workout gear, and they're in the garage and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
that was
the two
fine.
main fights. And then the end fight was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And it was just like, oh, they're going to fight the main hero, main villain fight.
I feel like the resolution to the movie should have just happened in the second fight scene. Like he's got him like hanging, and he literally dives out and has her by one hand. The villain should have just died there They didn't even have to kill off the brother. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they did just kill him right before that, and then she already knows about it and then kills him or something, I think, and then just not even have that end part at all.
Yeah. They could have done that, and it was just like 30 minutes shorter.
That would have tightened it up. Yeah.
And then you could still have the resolution with the ex-wife and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need Thor to be a noob tuber. I mean, come on. He doesn't need that power.
Okay.
At the end of the movie, he just noob tubes like everybody for like
Gotcha.
5 minutes straight.
I don't know. Yeah, I think half an hour or less. That would actually probably would have made it a much better movie if I didn't have that whole. Yeah, he just died there, and the guy dies, and it's kind of sad. But then they have a resolution with the wife and stuff. That might have been fine then.
And the son, he could have just said something to the son, whatever generic thing. Get him next time or something like that. Who cares what he says to the kid?
Good point, because you're never going to see him again. So
yeah, he's not going to be in the next one.
Yeah, true. Good point. Point taken. Good point. Would have made it a better movie. All right. So I'm at a 6. Andrew's at a 7?
Yeah, I'm still at a 7. It's a very low 7.
All right.
I'll say that.
6 and a 7. We'll be back next week with a definitely, most likely, a better action movie.
Well, that's Mission Impossible, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then we'll be hereafter with maybe a good movie, Barbie. Because I think we're going to do that first. So
yeah, I think so, too.
All right.
We will see you guys on the next one.
See you later.